Okay, I'm going to start the luxury webinar. So massive thank you to everybody for joining us. You can see who we've got on the screen at the moment. Jill, you're there. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and what your prize is.
Okay, so I'm Jill from JA Resorts and Hotels. Today I'm going to be going through our resort properties in Dubai, so 3 properties. And the prize for today is a 3-night stay at JA Lakeview, which is the newest property within the resort. Oh,
so we need to be listening very, very carefully.
Yes, okay, definitely.
Super. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Jill, and thank you for the amazing prize. And Mr. Max.
Welcome.
Hi, so my name is Max, and I'm with Clubs and Terrace, a representation company. I wish I was based in Jamaica, but I'm in London. But I'm going to talk about beautiful Round Hill Hotel and Villas, which is based in northwest of Jamaica, right near to Montego Bay.
Super. And what's your price today, Max?
And the price for today is a delicious bottle of wine from Fortnum's and Mason. So we'll be happy to deliver it to your address in the UK.
Super. Thank you very much. And last but not least, we've got Karen.
Hello, hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karen from Tourism Seychelles. I'm actually in the Seychelles, so wish you all could see the beautiful weather we have today. So today I will tell you about my little islands, and hopefully that you can visit us soon. And for the prize, I have a beautiful Seychelles candles set. So you get the beautiful aroma of the Seychelles when you're at home. So enjoy the webinar this afternoon.
Super, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Jill, who's going to transport us already to Dubai. Jill, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so as I mentioned in the very beginning, I'm going to cover JA, the resort today. So with 8 properties within the JA portfolio, we're just concentrating on this one little area in the mall in Dubai. So where we are, we're equidistant from both Dubai and Abu Dhabi Airport. So it's 45 minutes in either direction. And we're also in very close proximity to Dubai Parks, the Outlet Village, and just 15 minutes from Dubai Marina area, where we have 2 additional properties of our own. In terms of the resort itself, we offer our guests over 40 different experiences to do while they're staying with us. And this actually includes 25 restaurants and bars throughout the resort, a beautiful 800-meter stretch of private beach, a spa, a world-class golf course and golf academy, and as you can see, all the different activities that we can offer. I won't go through all of them individually, but you can see we've got a huge array of activities for guests of all ages and things that families can do together. Multiple generational travel is something that had been on the increase before COVID arrived, and obviously something that we've very much focused on. So within the resort, you have 3 very unique properties. So this is an aerial view of the resort. In the forefront of the picture, you can see the beach, and the hotel in the front there is JA Beach Hotel, which is our heritage property. Opened its doors in 1981 and is kind of the iconic property of the JA portfolio. In the background there, overlooking the golf course, you see the new addition, JA Lakeview. And then to the right-hand side of the picture, the small villas that represent JA Palm Tree Court. We also have our own in-house marina, and you can just see to the left-hand side of the picture as well, the tennis academy and tennis courts that we have there. And obviously sitting right there in the middle is our beautiful golf course. It's a 9-hole course. We have a golf academy by David Ledbetter, and obviously cater for golfers of all ages and abilities. So this is JA Beach Hotel. It was fully refurbished in 2019. And obviously with the limited guests that have gone through Dubai since COVID arrived, obviously still sitting there, very bright and new, waiting for the UK guests to be able to arrive. So what we did with the refurb was took away the concrete balconies, opened them up to glass panels, making the rooms much lighter and brighter, and also adding a bit more space for the guests to enjoy. So in terms of the rooms, obviously we can share this slide with you later on because it gives the breakdown of the occupancies, but I'll go through the rooms quickly. So this is our sea view room. We also have a resort view room, which is the leading category, but similar layout, style and decor. These rooms accommodate just 2 adults. The connecting door through them would take you to a family room, which would be then the 2 connecting, which allows a family to actually stay with each guest in their own bed, and obviously offering that additional space and an additional bathroom for the families. This is one of our deluxe sea view rooms. So again, just accommodating 2 adults, but they do have a beautiful terrace area with your own sun lounges just allocated to the room and offering that little bit more luxury. This is one of our junior suites. So again, beautiful layout. This room type does actually allow on the sofa bed 2 children to stay with their parents, or maybe for those guests that just want that little bit more space. It's got a luxurious bathroom with separate bathtub and shower and a lovely walk-in wardrobe. This is one of our 1-bedroom suites, so similar in size to the connecting room, but you do have the living room area on the other side, which means that you could actually have it as a 1-bed suite or also as an alternative accommodation for a family. Then we move to Palm Tree Court, so a popular favourite for Dubai. It's all suite accommodation, it's low-rise buildings, and as you can see just on the 3 floors there. So I just whiz through this. So this is our lead-in room type, which is the Garden View Junior Suite. So as you can see, they're very spacious. You can see in the window there, the chaise longue. The majority of the rooms do actually have a sofa bed. So in terms of families, 2 adults and 2 children can be easily accommodated in there without adding to the furniture and utilising the space. All of the rooms in Palm Tree Court, the bathrooms have a separate bathtub and shower. So very, very spacious. We also have the rooms located on the ground floor. So this is actually one of our beachfront junior suites. So it's located close to the beach area. And again, you've got that beautiful terrace area, your own sun lounges allocated to the room. And it just means that the guests have got that little bit more privacy, their own private garden, and not too far away from the beachfront. If you have a 1-bedroom suite, it will be the junior suite bedroom layout that you've just seen in the previous image, and then connecting through to this living room, dining room area. Just to mention, while we're talking about suites, any guests that are staying in a 1-bedroom suite or above at any property throughout the resort does get automatic access to our club lounge. It's recently been renamed from Premium Lounge. So those of you that are familiar with the property, it's now called the Club Lounge. So you have access to the Signatures pool, drinks and snacks around the pool or in the lounge there throughout the day. And also complimentary non-motorised water sports are included as well. Then we move to the residence. So this is one of our residence 1-bedroom suites. The junior suite also has a similar layout. The residence guests also have access to the club lounge, but they also have enhanced amenities, which includes a butler service, complimentary transfers, welcome gifts for every member of the family, a harbour service at the airport, complimentary golf and water sports as well. So lots of different added values for the guests staying in the residence building. This is the lounge area of the residence 1-bedroom suite. And then on the top floor of the residence, we have 2 2-bedroom suites, which obviously is perfect for maybe 2 couples traveling together or a larger family. Then we move on to Lakeview, which is the newest property within the resort. So Lakeview actually leads the way within the JA family of the sustainability programme. So the entire property is fully powered by solar power, which obviously in Dubai is a very easy thing to do. They also have water treatment plants. So we've removed all plastic bottles from the resort. And we now serve to the guests our own water that's treated on property, and it services the entire resort. So no more plastic here. We also have Alexa in our guest rooms. So rather than picking up the phone to order the room service, you can just shout the commands to Alexa. Obviously, as well, you can listen to music and radio and all the usual things you would expect from that facility. So very much focused on the millennial and those looking for a high-tech experience. So Lakeview's got stunning views over the golf course, as you saw. This is the lead-in category. So what we've got here at Lakeview allows families as well, so you can fit 2 children into these rooms. So this is the lead-in resort room category. Then we have the resort course view rooms, which have got these lovely views over the golf course. We have the rooms on the higher floors, which are the deluxe resort course view rooms. And then we enter our suite category. So our junior suites are incredibly spacious. You can see there the walk-in wardrobe next to the bathroom, and actually a separate living room and bedroom area with the sliding door to separate the two. So again, a product that's perfect for couples that want a really nice room accommodation, or also a family. This is one of our resort course view 1-bedroom suites. And then we have the Terrace 1-bedroom suite, which has got an enormous terrace with their own sun lounges on there. And finally, we've got the 2-bedroom suite. So this again has an enormous terrace outside area, 2 bedrooms, both en suite, and enormous living room area. So not to forget as well, the club lounge and all the benefits that come with that. So moving on to dining, the resort established itself about 9 or 10 years ago as an all-inclusive resort. So whilst we still offer the flexibility of bed and breakfast and half board to our guests, dining around our 25 restaurants and bars is an amazing experience if you're staying on an all-inclusive basis. So we have various different beach restaurants, swim-up pool bars, casual dining options, but our signature restaurants is what I wanted to focus on just now. So this is White Orchid, located at Palm Tree Court, which offers Asian fusion cuisine. This is Vasco da Gama, which is our late night pub style venue, which has live entertainment every evening and located at JA Beach Hotel. This is Sette, our new Italian restaurant. So this is the lounge bar area of Sette, located on the top floors of JA Beach Hotel and offering stunning panoramic views of the resort. And this is the dining area on the upper level of the restaurant itself. Then we have Republic, which is one of the restaurants over at JA Lakeview, so a new addition to the portfolio. Beautiful outside dining area overlooking the swimming pool, very casual dining open for lunch and dinner. And then finally, the highlight of the dining options at the resort is Kinara, which is our award-winning restaurant, which is an Indian restaurant. And the chef who created the concept here is Vikas Khanna, who is actually a Michelin star chef. So an amazing experience, and definitely one that shouldn't be missed. Then we have Shooters, which is our all-time favorite steakhouse. This is located at the Shooting Club, just a short drive away from the resort. Under normal circumstances, we would have a shuttle service to take you to the restaurant, but this is obviously slightly limited at the moment with various COVID limitations on transportation. Then moving on to the activities. So as previously mentioned, we have an 800-meter stretch of private beach. We also have 7 temperature controlled swimming pools. So each of the properties has their own designated swimming pools, but with the opening up of the resort allows you to actually use any of the pools. So just because a particular pool isn't located at your hotel, it's kind of an access all areas concept where you can choose the area that you prefer throughout the entire resort. We've also got our own in-house marina, so you can have fishing trips and excursions from the marina itself. The water sports activities are very varied, some of them motorised, some non-motorised, and those guests staying on all-inclusive also have access to non-motorised water sports on a complimentary basis. The shooting club offers clay pigeon and pistol shooting. It's a very popular activity and one of those that our guests that go on a regular basis to stay with us do wish to enjoy every time that they're there. It's an amazing facility, very, very interactive. We do have our horse riding stables, which is now a fully fledged equestrian centre. You can swim with the horses, you can go and visit the facility and watch the horses being fed. They do stable tours as well, so you can get to know how a horse is fully cared for. And obviously we do riding lessons, outside excursions for more experienced riders. And those who just want to chill and relax, we do have our herb garden and bio garden, and we also do the falconry experience from this facility as well. Our spa is an Elemis branded spa, so guests can go there and fully relax and get themselves ready for the day ahead. We've got the jacuzzi, the sauna, steam room, very relaxing experiences there. For those wanting something slightly more active, we've got our tennis academy. You can just hire a tennis court and play yourself. We've also got squash and badminton. And then for the golf enthusiasts, it's a 9-hole championship golf course with Golf Academy. We also have a 9-hole course, which is floodlit at night. So you continue to play golf right until quite late on in the evening, which is also a lovely experience. And that's the resort. So thank you very much for listening today and enjoy the other presentations as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jill. That was super. Loving the new hotel. Very gimmicky.
Yeah.
And yeah, with Alexa. Hey,
Yeah,
Alexa, can you make me that coffee?
Yes, please.
No, I love it. Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So now we're going to switch from Dubai. We're going to the Seychelles. So Karen, over to you.
Thank you very much, Sarah. So I will start. Perfect. So today I will tell you a little bit about my islands, and obviously if you have questions later, you can ask. So the Seychelles, why the Seychelles? What makes us so special and so unique? And I'm very proud to say that we are still one of the most pristine and commercialized, uncrowded, exclusive destinations remaining. You can find your own little private beach, and it is not overrun by visitors as well. We do have some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, but again, deserted, long private beaches. And most of the time you will find your own little beach and you can relax on your own the whole day. Many, many islands, and you really get that authentic island experience. There's people living on the island. You learn about the culture, the people, and you get a bit of an authentic local experience. And most of the islands are accessible. Like I mentioned before, very exclusive, but it can be affordable as well. It's not just for the rich and famous. And one thing I have to say about the Seychelles, it is very diverse in terms of the islands, the people, the cuisine, the activities that you can do. So really diverse and huge variety as well. Some of the most untouched forest and nature reserve, bird sanctuaries. So a lot of people don't realize we have this amazing, unique flora and fauna. And of course, the tourism is very controlled, so we don't have any impact on the ecosystem. So most of you probably know a little bit about the Seychelles. So this is us just north of Madagascar, and we are an archipelago. So 115 islands altogether, lots of tiny, tiny islands, but a huge area of ocean, about 1.4 million kilometers square. So big territory, but tiny islands. We have our granitic islands with mountains, forests, nature reserve, and the typical granite of the Seychelles. But we also have our flat little coral atolls. And again, it feels like two completely different experiences because the geography is different, the nature is different. So really a little bit like two destinations in one. So when going to the Seychelles, the first thing we say is island hopping, island hopping, island hopping. The islands are so different. Each one is unique. Each one has different things to do and see. So even in 7 nights, 10 nights, you can easily do 2 or 3 islands. Firstly, like I said, they're different and unique. And secondly, it's very easy to access. So you've got the transportation, you've got the fast ferry boat, you've got the domestic flight and helicopters. So maximum you will travel is 1 hour by boat. But definitely if you are in the Seychelles for 7 days, Mahe Prague Ladik is a must. So this is what we always encourage. So this is Mahe, the largest island. It is actually still very small. You can drive around in an hour and a half and you would have seen the whole island. We do have our capital, which is one of the most smallest capitals in the world. You can walk around in 20 minutes, you've seen the whole capital. So you've got the international airport as well on Mahe, 65 little beaches along the coast, but definitely a visit to Victoria, I think, should be included in the itinerary. You can really see the locals, meet them, go and buy spices and souvenirs and local fruits and veg and fish in the market. So that's our typical Creole market. You've got monuments and art galleries and botanical gardens. So one morning, I think it's perfect to do Victoria. Outside of Victoria, you've got some good attractions. For example, you've got the plantation house at the top, which is a distillery. And this is where we make our local rum, the Takamaka rum. Really, really tasty. For the ladies, you've got like these pineapple flavored, coconut flavors. And for the gentlemen, you have the real 8-year rum, which is quite like a bit like whiskey. So a really great variety of rum for everyone to taste. You've got spice gardens and you can really drive around and see Mahe. It's got 3 marine parks, so excellent for snorkeling. You don't need a boat, only your mask and your flippers. And you can go and explore the underwater wall in these protected marine areas. Just on Mahe, you have 12 different trails. So with a guide, you can go up in the mountains. And this is a scene that you don't think about when you think of the Seychelles. You've got this lush forest, you've got these beautiful waterfalls. So there's a lot to explore. And this is where you will really see our flora and fauna. And again, beautiful waterfalls and great for hikes and walks. Then we move down to Pragueland, which is the second largest island. Again, like I mentioned, very easy, 15 minutes domestic flight, 1 hour by boat, and you are already on Pragueland. The island is very special because it is the home of one of our UNESCO World Heritage Site, and that is this beautiful legendary rainforest called the Vallée de Mai. It is home to the black parrot, which is the Seychelles national bird, and also the coco de Mai. And the coco de Mai is the nut that you see with the little boy there, and it is the largest and heaviest nut in the world. And on average, it can weigh up to 30 kilos. So that is the female, and the long one there is the male. And because of the shapes, we do have a lot of stories that says that the Vallée de Mai is the original site of the Garden of Eden. So definitely this is a must. You can go there, there's beautiful trails and you can walk around, but definitely worth a visit. The island has stunning beaches, for example, Côte d'Or, on Georgette, but great thing about this island as well, you can do day trips to surrounding little islands, and most of them are protected nature reserves. For example, this is one of our most famous beaches on the island, on Slasio. Again, most of the time you would hardly see more than 15, 20 people on the beach. So these are some of the islands I mentioned. Kusa and Arif, they are bird sanctuaries, definitely great for the excursions. Curious is the island where we have our giant tortoises. We have them all over in the Seychelles, so you're definitely going to meet them. But here they roam freely on the island and you can really just go and socialize with them. Saint-Pierre is a tiny little rock island, but perfect for snorkeling. Then from Prague, you move down to Ladik. I always say, if you go to the Seychelles, you miss out Ladik, you've really missed something special. It's very different from Mahe and Prague. It's authentic, it's traditional. It does feel like going back in time. Even us, when we need a break, we go off to Ladik. It's very small, and the main mode of transportation on the island is bicycles. So locals and tourists, that's the only way to get around. And it's very special for, we've got a beautiful little plantation houses. We've got vanilla plantations, so lots to see on the island. And this is one of the small islands you can visit, Coco Island. It's right next to Ladik. So again, you can do excursions and you can go and do some snorkeling. These are some of the famous beaches. Ladik has some of the most stunning ones, I would say. Ansus d'Argent, I would say, is the most famous and the most photographed beaches in the world. And that is because of its granitic formation. And this is a must when you're on the island. And then you have others like Petit Anse, Anse Coco, Grand Anse. So all of this, you are really spoiled for choice when you're on Ladik. Then we also have Silhouette. Silhouette is actually a bigger island than Ladik, but again, it doesn't have many people living on there. It's only an island resort. But again, it's perfect if you want to go to the Hilton property there. And the whole island is just virgin rainforest and a lot of conservation going on there as well. The other granitic islands you can also combine. So if you have that budget, you've got the likes of Felicity, North Island, you've got Fregat, and Felicity has the 6 senses. So again, it's perfect if you want to combine it with Mahe and Pragueland. And here you get your own little private villas and this really high-end luxury kind of experience and kind of your own little island kind of feeling as well. Our Coraline Islands are quite easily accessible as well. So Bird and Dennis is only 45 minutes. And that is from Mahe. So you can also combine it a couple of days on Bird or in Dennis. And again, it's a completely different experience. It's surrounded by this amazing coral reef. So perfect for swimming, perfect for snorkeling, perfect for fishing and diving as well. And again, these islands, it's all about conservation. It's all about preservation of the tortoises and the turtles and the birds. So it's definitely, if you want to find sustainability in the Seychelles, these would be where you would go. And on Bird Island, we have a very special guest, and his name is Esmeralda, and he's actually one of the oldest giant tortoises in the world. And he lives here on Bird Island. So he's our very special friend of the Seychelles. The outer islands, most of the islands are uninhabited. You've got 2 of them, Alphonse and De Roche, and they have a resort as well. So they are about 45 minutes to 1 hour flight. Again, out there, it's another kind of experience. It's what we call the modern Robinson Crusoe experience. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's amazing fishing. It's amazing diving. You can go swimming with the dolphins. And if you're lucky, the whale sharks as well. So again, as we said, Seychelles is a few destinations in one. So just to go over a few points, good to know, we are a very small population, 98,000 people. Everyone speaks 3 languages. So we all grow up speaking English, French, and Creole, so we can communicate very well. When can you go? Very important question. And it is one of the only islands in the Indian Ocean that is outside of the cyclone belt. So we don't get affected by cyclones. We do have this pleasant climate all year round. So it is an all year round destination. If you are looking for some of the best months to travel, I would say March, April, May, September, October, November. Best of the best for diving, best for snorkeling as well. Between December to mid-February, which is the winter season, we do get a bit more tropical rain showers. So it's not every day, it's not all the time, but you can expect a few more frequency during that period. So a couple of hours in the morning, couple of hours in the evening, but it doesn't stop you from enjoying the holiday. In terms of accommodation, we do have a bit of everything for everyone. So this is important to note. So ranging from these beautiful villas and beautiful locations and beaches with your butler service to everything that you need, to small guest houses, self-catering, little apartments, villas, chalets, and these small properties are run by local families. So you do get a bit of that local experience and you become part of the family, and you come back over and over again, and you become like a local as well. So whatever your budget, you can find something on the 3 main islands. Initially, I mentioned about the nature, very important. We do have about 1,000 endemic species. We have about 13 endemic species of birds, the tortoises, the turtles. We've got the green turtle and the hawk-billed turtle. These are some examples: our green geckos, the turtles, which I mentioned, the tiny frogs, the flowers, the palms. So there's a lot to discover. If you're a nature lover, Seychelles is indeed paradise. We do have another UNESCO site, which is Aldabra. It is one of the islands that is the most furthest away, closer to the continent of Africa, and it is the world's largest raised coral atoll. I always love to mention it as it's a very special place. And most people that go there, they go there a bit like on an expedition. And just on Aldabra, we have about 150,000 tortoises. So we always joke, we say we have more tortoises in the Seychelles than people. So that is quite extraordinary. And again, talking about the ecotourism and the sustainability, nearly 48% of the landmass in Seychelles is protected nature reserve. So this is very important. And last year, we achieved something even better. 32% of the marine territory is also now protected areas. So we're doing a lot to ensure that in the generations to come, people can still come and visit us, and our nature would be intact. So what can you do when you get there? Again, it's not just a beach destination. There's so much to do. sailing and cruising, renting out yachts and catamarans, going out on day trips, or even a 5-night, 6-night cruises is ideal. Every day you will stop on one island, you would visit, and you can do activities along the way. It is actually one of the best ways to discover the islands. Great snorkeling, no pollution, the water temperature is about 28, 30 degrees, and you have this amazing underwater world to discover. So ideally, March, early April, September, October, up to November is perfect for snorkeling as well as the diving. You can do diving of all the islands, especially, however, on the outer islands. This is where you would have underwater caves, underwater grottos. So for the expert divers, I would say the outer islands, Bird and Dennis would be the best of the best. Fishing, very popular, big game fishing, deep sea fishing. And out there on the island, which I mentioned earlier on Alphonse, is the fly fishing. So people come from all over the world to come and do fly fishing there. And they say it is some first class fishing out there. So very, very popular. We do have a golf course, an 18-hole golf course, and that is on the island of Pragueland. And it's the only 18-hole that we have in the Seychelles, but it is a championship course. So for golf lovers, we have something for you as well. Walks and trails I mentioned earlier, you can do it on Mahe, Pragueland, La Digue, Silhouette, and the highest point in the Seychelles is 905 meters. So that's quite a bit of trekking. Some of them are very easy, let's say 45 minutes to 1 hour. Some of them are more intense, 3 hours. For example, in Silhouette, you've got some that are quite intense, about 3 or 4 hours. So there's a lot to choose from. And if you're an active person, you definitely will love that. And that's where you will discover the flora and the endemic plants and animals as well. Wellness and spa, you come down to the Seychelles, of course, relaxation. More people now are into yoga, are into wellness. So definitely you will be spoiled for choice for that. And what has Seychelles always been known for? Islands of love, very romantic. So all the honeymoon and weddings, and that is still very popular for that. It is a legal wedding, so it is, you get your certificate, it is recognized in the UK and internationally, and you can have both the civil and the religious ceremony as well. But the best part is you are spoiled for choice on the location and the scenic backdrops for those photos. So you can really, really choose from the beaches to the nature, if you want to do it in the Valley Domain, the waterfall. So there is a lot to choose from, and of course in the resorts. Some basic essentials that is good for you to know. So very short time difference. Most of the flights coming down to the Seychelles. So now we have Emirates, we have Qatar, Turkish, Etihad. So they're all flying down from the UK and other main destinations as well. So very short time difference, and you can really just start the holiday and don't get really that jet lag if you're traveling from the UK. No visas needed, no vaccinations needed. So quite easy when you're planning your trip. You can rent a car, again, the largest island, Mahe, you can rent a car, and on Pragueland as well. I always say you will never get lost. There is one road around the island, you will rent a car and you will just come back to the same point. So no problem at all. And on La Digue is bicycles, so that's the best part. The island is so small, you rent a bike and you can just explore by bike all day long, so that's perfect. And a few things I just wanted to mention, maybe to give you some updates. So we did have a few resorts that opened this year. So this is the Mango House. It's part of the Hilton Group, and this hotel opened on the 14th of July. So really, really recent. And it's a beautiful boutique hotel, 41 rooms, and it is on the south of Mahe. So we are very excited about this product. It's charming, it's, I would say, authentic, and it's got that really local Creole feeling. So this is the LHR group from the Hilton. So this is a property to watch out for. And then we've got two new ones that opened this year. We've got the Club Med. As you know, Club Med, same Club Med as we have in different destinations. And that opened on the island of Saint-Anne, right there in the Marine Park. So it's one of our biggest properties now, 295 rooms. And then the top one is a small little marina type boutique hotel. It's not on a beach, but it's got a marina feeling. And if you have a yacht, you can, come there and leave the yacht there at the marina. But it is a beautiful little property that opened in March this year. These two are small little properties, which I really love, and they're brand new as well. Studios, like I mentioned earlier, we do have that studios. Both of them, one of them have 9 rooms, one of them have 8 rooms. So perfect for you to see. We've got skydiving now in the Seychelles. So if you want to try that, you can definitely enjoy that. And lastly, I wanted to mention, we also have a new workation retreat. So Sarah, if you want to come down to the Seychelles and work remotely, we do have our Seychelles vacation retreat. And why not come down for a year and work remotely and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful island. So that was about it from me. I've mentioned all of these beautiful, unique selling points for the Seychelles. We are still on the red list. So hopefully soon, Seychelles will be back online and you can send your guests again. And this is our online training if you want to try it as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Karen. Can I bring my cats with me?
Yes, you can.
Excellent. Okay, I think we should do this. Thank you, brilliant presentation. It's always hard to get in 15 minutes when you're sort of talking about a full destination and obviously a new hotel. So thank you. It was a really, really good presentation. So I'm sure that everybody's enjoyed that. We've got a few questions that we'll do right at the very, very end. So now we're going from the Indian Ocean, we're flying across to Jamaica. Max, over to you.
Thank you so much. We're flying through London, and Karen, I'm coming to Seychelles as well. So if that's okay with you.
Very okay, Max.
Beautiful, beautiful destination. Well, thank you so much. I'm just trying, and as usual, and trying, but I think this is working now. Am I correct, Sarah?
Let's have a look.
We've had some technical issues, so
yeah, we had a few earlier. It seems to be going slow, but I think last time it did work eventually when we did it this way. It was just slow to load up.
It's on right now, right? You can see the presentation.
Not yet. You might just have to sing to us while we're waiting for it to come on.
Okay, well, let me start talking then, because I've got about 10-15 minutes and I don't want to hold anybody. So as you know, my name is Max, and I'm going to talk today about Round Hill, one of the most beautiful properties in the Caribbean. We're based in Jamaica. Sarah, sorry, if it's on, would you let me know whether you can see the slides or not?
Will do, yeah.
Thank you. So originally opened in 1953, Round Hill was actually founded by a very respected Jamaican entrepreneur, John Pringle. And Pringle invited prominent, back then in the early 50s, very prominent American and European socialites and literati, etc., who kind of started building their own cottages there, and later on Round Hill cottages developed into a beautiful resort. So right now, and I'm still looking at Sarah and hoping that the presentation is
it's not coming up, Max. What I would say to do is let's come out of the slideshow and let's just play it with the slides showing down the side. Yeah, because at least then we can see it. Ah, it's working. It's working. Stop. Don't press it. Yes, fabulous. Now it's working.
Thank you. So, and this is Round Hill. So the entire peninsula is ours. We're just about 20-25 minutes from Montego Bay Airport. So it's very easy to get to. I always say you have like 3 to 5 cocktails on the Virgin or British Airways flights from London to Montego Bay, watch a couple of movies, and you're in Jamaica. And then it's 20-25 minutes, short drive through Montego Bay town, and you are at beautiful Round Hill. So the entire peninsula is ours. On both sides of the peninsula, you have tropical rainforest, and we have 36 rooms right on the beach. I don't know whether you can see my mouth, and 26 stunning private villas dotting on this hill. There are 2 villas on property that belong to Ralph Lauren. It's a famous American designer. You probably heard of him. So one of his villas is right here in the corner, and another one is up on the hill. Beautiful beach. We have 2 restaurants on property, kids club. There are stunning tennis courts, fabulous LMS spa, etc. So let me go through all those facilities just briefly with you. So this is our main reception. It's right on the beach. And look at the logo. Well, it shows pineapples. So Round Hill used to be a pineapple grove. And then, as I mentioned, later on, it developed into cottages and then the resort. And so this is an old plantation house. And here we have our own beautiful, stunning reception right on the beach. And this is the beach at Round Hill. So it's a little bit shallow in the beginning, and then it's right okay for a proper swim. So I always say it's very good for families with babies and with kids in general, because it's quite safe. So the kids can swim, and then after 2 or 3 meters, it's quite okay for adults to have a proper swim. So the beach is fantastic, and it's in a stunning bay. And again, the villas are right there, and our 36 private rooms are, 36 rooms are about just above the beach. So it's literally 30 seconds walk to your room. Just a little bit of name dropping, if I may. It was one of the favorite places of Jacqueline Kennedy, of the Kennedys, and Sir Noel Coward stayed with us, Grace Kelly. So it's quite a popular resort with some Hollywood A-listers, politicians, royalties, etc. But your clients should not be intimidated by all those names, because Round Hill offers welcoming everybody on property. We have, I just wanted to show you a few images of our rooms, the 36 rooms that I mentioned. All of them are designed by Ralph Lauren. Stunning views of the Caribbean Sea, very calm colors. As you can see, it's all beige and light white, off-white, and explosions of pink and blue. And Ralph Lauren used a lot of Jamaican mahogany in his design as well. Mind you, in those rooms, we don't have any TVs, and I'm so happy about it. When you're in Jamaica, when you're in the Caribbean, you don't need a TV. Your TV is a stunning view from your patio or balcony or from your room. The rooms can be interconnected, so it is ideal product for also for very small families, like if you have husband and wife and 2 kids or 1 kid. So we could interconnect a room, 2 rooms for a small family. And these are the stunning, the hotel retains its old school glamour, but at the same time delivers the state-of-the-art service. So by old school glamour, I mean this kind of design in our rooms, old school bathrooms, but everything's been renovated. Actually, we do close every year. During the month of September, we close for renovation. So every year, when you guests come to Round Hill, they see how crisp and maintained the property is. And then also, as I mentioned, we have 26 stunning private villas, and we have 26 of them, as I said, from 2 up to 6 bedrooms, and 23 of those villas will have private swimming pools. So the villas can be, your clients can book the entire villa for them. So it's ideal for large families or groups of friends or golfers, for instance, because we have fantastic golf course near to the property. Or if the guests do not want to have the entire villa and they don't want to have a room, our entry level, then they can have a suite within a villa, and a suite will have a private pool and stunning Jamaican gardens. Very, very private product when we're talking about the villa product at Round Hill. And these are the bedrooms. As you can see, the bedrooms can be opened completely. On the ceilings, you'll have beautiful fans. We can close, of course, everything and switch on the air conditioning, and most of the bedrooms will have beautiful terraces, private terraces belonging to that particular bedroom. And also some of the bedrooms will have private swimming pools. And because we are on the hill, the views are just, jaw-dropping. So when you are on that hill looking over the Caribbean Sea and a beautiful Round Hill Bay, it's just the most beautiful vista that you can imagine. And also from Round Hill, you can have you can experience the most beautiful sunsets as well. These are the bathrooms. So there is an option in the villas, an option, of course, to bath al fresco. So we have bathrooms outside, but also there are villas. Oh, sorry, there are bathrooms which are inside the villa. Stunning pools, as I said, and also gorgeous patios. These are the. This is not even the living area inside of the villa. This is a patio. This is something that you have outside of your villa where you can hang out with your friends and family. You can have, of course, your drinks, enjoy the sunset views. Pool is there. If you would like to go down to the beach, you can walk. It's literally 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes, depending on in which villa you are. But otherwise, you just, if you want to be to have a golf cart, you just call the reception and somebody will come and pick you up by golf cart and bring you down to the restaurants and also to the spa or to the beach. Again, this is where you have your breakfast. You wake up, you smell the Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee, you hear champagne popping, and you have your breakfast at Round Hill. Again, each villa looks like a small boutique hotel. We have staff there, the ladies and gentlemen will come and cook, our chefs and our hospitality assistants will come in the morning and cook breakfast for you, but there is also an option to have a full board in the villas as well. Again, ideal for families, ideal for friends, ideal for golfers, ideal also again, for instance, for weddings. If you're coming to Jamaica, you would love to have a destination wedding, then we could allocate the guests in the villas, well, depending on their preferences, of course. On the top of the villas, we have our own organic vegetable garden, and you know, we believe in sourcing locally. So everything we grow here, it's organic, and of course, it all ends up on your plates in the restaurant or in your villa. But also, we tend to source almost every produce from nearby fishing villages, farms, etc. Unless it's of course salmon or champagne that it will come from abroad. Otherwise, if it can be sourced in Jamaica, we do it locally. Chef Martin Magin is one of the best chefs in the Caribbean, or I would say in Western Hemisphere. He's built up his career with 4 seasons all over the world, and we are so happy now to have him on property. What he does, he promotes, or he launched that very interesting concept of clean Caribbean cuisine, and this is what we are practicing now in our restaurants at Round Hill. We have 2 restaurants on property. Of course, you're in Jamaica, you have stunning views, you have most lush nature, beautiful Caribbean Sea, and we do not compete with this nature. You cannot compete with it. So our restaurants are open plan, of course. It's beautiful terraces overlooking the sea, and of course there is a possibility to dine inside if it rains, but otherwise it's all about outside. This is the grill restaurant, which is also designed by Ralph Lauren. And in the restaurant, although we have 2 restaurants on property, every day we would change a menu or a theme in the restaurant. So, for instance, I've made a note here. For instance, on Monday it could be a beach barbecue evening, and then on Sundays it's farm to table. Wednesday it's curry special. So, although it's the same restaurant, but every time you go there, you feel like you are in a different place, obviously, because of all those different themes that we run throughout the week. And because of that great connection with Great Britain, every day at 4 o'clock, we'll have an afternoon tea ceremony on a terrace overlooking the sea. And it is complimentary, so we do not charge for that. We have 3 bars, stunning bars on property, one on the beach, another one is at the main pool, and then this is a very elegant place, again, overlooking the Caribbean Sea. And this is our main bar where we have live night entertainment. We have a resident pianist there. We invite reggae bands to come and entertain our guests there at night. And the most beautiful martinis I've tasted, you would have here at Round Hill. It's a stunning place to spend an evening. And near to the main bay at Round Hill, we have a separate bay, and this is adults only area. And this is where we have our stunning spa. And a spa is actually in 18th century great house. So we converted it into a spa, and it's an Elemis spa. It's right here. And then there are pavilions for yoga and Pilates and the gym. Let me just show you a few images. This is a state-of-the-art gym in the Caribbean. The stunning views, again, of the Caribbean Sea. And of course, Pilates yoga is very popular. And we also provide these services. So if you would like to have it in the villas, it's not a problem at all. Our instructor, Donovan, you just book him in advance and he will come up to the villas and do the classes there. This is the main swimming pool at Round Hill. And again, the stunning beach that we have on property. just about 100 to 150 meters from the resort. Offshore, we have a beautiful reef garden. So what we've done, we are helping local scientists and the fishing community to restore the corals on the house reef. And it's an amazing project, and we've been doing it for a few years now. And it's surprising to see how many new birds and fish the entire project attracts, because those fishermen that used to fish in that particular area are now actually helping us to take care of that base. So hopefully, as from next winter season, we will have a snorkeling opportunity there. So, but I will be keeping you posted about it. Fantastic kids club for all ages, and kids club is complimentary, so you don't need to pay anything extra if you would like to, you know, your kids to attend it. But if you would like to have nanny services, then it's a very reasonable price. It's about $10 per hour, which is a fantastic rate. It's for nanny services. Otherwise, Kids Club is free of charge. We have 5 tennis courts, and it's a hard-true tennis courts. One of the best courts in Jamaica. And what I wanted to mention, that tennis courts, the use of tennis courts is complimentary. Unless you need classes, then it will be at additional charge. And I would like to run this video as well, guys, because it's a very important video to show you how we have prepared ourselves for the current situation, let's call it.
For over 60 years, Round Hill has been welcoming travelers from across the globe to enjoy unmatched relaxation, elegance, and adventure. Over the past few months, we have implemented new protocols to ensure the well-being of our dedicated staff and valued guests. Today, our team is even more committed to providing you with an authentic Jamaican experience in a safe environment with a new health and safety program. Our service commitment begins with taking care of our staff, who have received mandatory training sessions from local health authorities. Each day, our staff members are screened, receive temperature checks, and are required to maintain social distance while wearing appropriate PPE gear at all times. We're excited to welcome you, and your comfort is a top priority when traveling with us. Your personal driver will transport you to a private vehicle that has been cleaned and sanitized between trips. Upon arrival to Round Hill, you will receive a mandatory temperature check and briefed about our social distancing measures. Contactless check-in options are available via the Round Hill mobile app, which also allows you to make reservations, order in-room dining, and communicate with guest services. In addition to our stellar housekeeping best practices, our facilities are cleaned consistently, paying extra attention to frequently touched areas, including doorknobs, handles, faucets, control panels, and fixtures. All rooms are disinfected using electrostatic technology and sealed for a minimum of 24 hours prior to the next check-in. Our recreational spaces, including the tennis court, fitness center, spa, water sports, and kids club, have taken the necessary steps to ensure your safety, including increased cleaning, limited appointments, and sanitization of equipment and devices. Maximize our contactless services, and it will be our pleasure to pamper and delight you right away. We are committed to providing the highest level of food safety and service standards while adhering to revised procedures. Restaurants and bars now operate with reduced capacity, and reservations are required in advance. Guests are escorted to their table and presented with digital menu options of our award-winning fine dining experience. At Round Hill Hotel and Villas, we continue to improve our standards in health, safety, quality, and service to provide the best workplace for our employees and ensure that your time with us is unforgettable. We look forward to welcoming you home to paradise.
Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope to see you and your valuable clients at Round Hill in Jamaica very soon, hopefully.
You can certainly welcome me home to paradise anytime, because that looked amazing. So thank you for that. And the video, as you said, it really brings everything to life. So good.
Sarah, you are welcome as well. You must come and visit us as well. And Karen and Jill. And
we'll have a reunion.
Everybody's welcome.
A luxury webinar reunion. Perfect. Okay, we've just got a couple of questions that have come in, so I'll whiz through them really, really quickly. Jill, Sandra has asked, is a seafood restaurant on a ship in the Marina included within the all-inclusive offering? You'll just need to unmute.
That's not helpful, is it? Sorry about that. Yeah, it was deliberately an image that I didn't include there. We actually removed divas from the offering about 2 years ago. So we do actually serve seafood dishes throughout all of the restaurants. So there's plenty of options available there, but it was becoming too challenging. It was a very small restaurant and the demand was basically too high and it was disappointing too many guests. So they decided to remove it from the offering. So you can get a lot of the dishes that we had. I mean, obviously the experience is slightly different now, but a lot of the dishes that we offered on Divas are available throughout the resort now.
Super, thank you very much. Okay. Is there transportation between the different hotels within the resort?
Okay, so during COVID, we've removed that facility because we were trying to limit the mixing of guests. So we have no further updates on when that service will resume at the moment. But what we do have is transportation to the shopping malls. So you can go from each of the resorts to the malls and back, but not mixing guests between the different resorts themselves.
Super. Jill, with Dubai, is there a dress code that I would advise clients? Asked Lisa Marie.
Okay, so within our resorts, it's very relaxed. So we don't have a very strict dress code. The only thing that we say is no swimming facility, no swimwear and flip-flops in the restaurants in the evening. But as long as you're kind of smart casual, then we're quite happy. There's no jacket and tie, you know, kind of set up through any of the restaurants. So just don't wear your swimwear in the lobby and in the restaurants. Otherwise, then anything kind of goes. Throughout Dubai itself, in the shopping malls, we do they do suggest that you're covered. So your shoulders should be covered. Dresses and skirts should be below the knee. In all honesty, the AC is so strong in the shopping malls. I think you might find you're a bit chilly if you haven't at least got a pashmina or a t-shirt or something on. So inevitably, it's the air conditioning that dictates how much people are actually covered up. But there are notices on the windows going into the doors going into the shopping malls to say to be respectful.
Super, thank you very much.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, good. Karen, I think you covered this, but I think Lisa Marie asked just before you'd mentioned it. Is the native language French?
No, the native language in Seychelles is Creole. So it sounds a lot like French, but it is a sort of like what we say a rough version of French. So that's Creole, and it's spoken in certain different islands in the world as well. But English and French is two of the other official languages.
Okay, so if I said to you, Kimanye.
Yeah, that's Creole. Kimanye.
Hey.
How are you? Like, what's up?
answer me in Creole.
Mo bien merci.
Excellent, which means very good, thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
So, doing language lessons as well now. Yeah. Thank you. That's the next one. I did have another one for you. Karen, would you recommend a guide when doing the trails?
Yes, definitely. Especially some of the trails, they can be quite dense forest. And also, I always say that, I mean, you won't get lost physically, but you might be lost in terms of not knowing what are the endemic species, what's this tree, what's this plant, what's this farm, or if these things are endemic. So definitely, we always say take one of the local guides. In the resorts, for example, like let's say Silhouette, they have the people that you can go with. But on the main islands, we have many very good local guides that can really take you out, and they're quite affordable as well, so definitely recommend.
Super. Which island is Club Med's new resort on?
So Club Med is on the island of St. Anne, which is right close to Victoria. It's a 5 to 10 minutes boat ride right there in the marine park, so very close to Victoria, and there's some other little islands in the area, but it's a perfect location and easy to come back on the main island as well.
And was it called a different hotel before it opened as Club Med?
It was the Beachcomber property.
That's what I thought when you mentioned St. Anne. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Club Med took over and they built some more rooms. It's much bigger now, 295 rooms. So it's now a completely new property with new rooms as well.
Super. Max, I noticed that you've already been answering all of your questions. So anybody that's asked Max, he's been typing away. One last question for you, Jill. Are your hotels disabled friendly?
Yes, so within Palm Tree Court, we've got accessible rooms, and we have accessible rooms at Lakeview. Because Beach Hotel was built so long ago in 1981, we don't have accessible rooms there. But in Lakeview and Beach Hotel, you can reach all floors via a lift, so you don't have to worry about staircases. We also have the doorways, etc., in all of the restaurants throughout all of the hotels are wide enough to accommodate a wheelchair. In the majority of the rooms at Palm Tree Court, the doors are, and Lakeview as well, the doors are wide enough to get a wheelchair into those rooms. And with Palm Tree Court not having lifts, you do actually have access to each level from the pathway. So if you needed to get a wheelchair or a baby buggy, for example, while there's no lifts, you can actually get them. Apart from the top floor, you can access from the pathways on those levels.
Super, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, so just before we finish, we're going to do the question round. So every single person that is on this webinar today will be entered into the spin to win. If you want to win 10 entries, you need to answer, firstly, the correct answer, and also be the fastest finger. So if everybody can just go into chat and just make sure that you're writing to panelists and attendees so we can all see. It's the fairest way, because otherwise I get people telling me that somebody was answered first if you write just to panelists. So just easier to do it that way. Also, we've had a couple of people asking, will we receive the contact details of all of the speakers? Yes, I will email you the recording. I will also give them all of your details, so they will send a follow-up as well. So yes, rest assured, we will be in contact with you. Okay, so Jill, seeing as you are up first, just remind us what your prize is.
So the prize is a 3-night stay at JA Lakeview Hotel, so the newest property, and that's for 2 people staying on a bed and breakfast basis.
Super. So for somebody to get an extra 10 entries into the spin to win, what is your question?
So my question is, how many restaurants and bars do we have throughout the resort?
You didn't even finish that.
I know.
I think it was a little bit too easy. So I'm presuming the correct answer is 25, seeing as the whole webinar has confirmed that. Brilliant. Okay, Barbara, you was the first person. Very, very fastly followed by Lisa, but Barbara, you've got the 10 entries. So thank you very much, Jill. Karen?
Thank you.
Yes, so we have a beautiful Seychelles white company candle with a nice little set that you can, use at home. So my question was, what is the name of the national bird in the Seychelles? Might be a bit hard, No, they're getting it. Yep.
You see, I'm still thinking Esmeralda, which is the
no, that's the
tortoise. I know. I'm like Esmeralda. See, I remembered that.
Yes.
So it is, of course,
the black parrot.
The black parrot. So Sarah's commented parrot, which is not good enough, is it? We've got to go with black parrot, which is May.
Well done, well done.
Well done, May. Okay, so you've got 10 entries into the spin to win. And last but not least, Max.
Yeah, just very briefly, I saw a question and I kind of didn't have time to type it, you know, to type the answer. So the meal plans at Round Hill. So it can be room only, but it can be on bed and breakfast, a modified American plan, full American plan, half board and all inclusive. So whatever your clients would love to have, we can arrange it at Round Hill. So what we are offering as a price, as usual, it's a beautiful bottle of wine, and you decide red or white. And it is from Fortnum's and Masons. And the question is, what's the name of the famous fashion designer who did the interior design in our rooms?
You were stalling there because we was getting the chef's name before you'd even finished, which is great, Grigory. I love that. And he spelt it perfectly as well. However, yeah, it's Ralph Lauren. So the first one with the correct spelling is Lucinda, who pronounced it correctly. Carol, you missed the R off and you put an E on the end. So Max, it's up to you. Which one do you choose?
I don't think we should pay attention to the spelling, as long as as long as the person wanted to say Ralph Lauren, then it's fine.
Okay, so we've got a new designer called Alf Lawn, who's at the Round Hill. So Carol, that was you.
She wanted to be too quick, that's why she missed the R. So
super. Okay, so I will announce this tomorrow on the Facebook as per normal. A massive thank you, everybody. I know we've gone on a long time today, but the content has been amazing. So thank you, Max, Karen and Jill. It's been much appreciated. And don't forget, guys, these guys are trade friendly. They have been supporting you throughout this pandemic. And now that we're opening up again and we're booking, remember where you swing the bookings. So a massive thank you. Thanks to all the travel agents. We love you. See you all soon.
Sarah, thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
You're very welcome. Pleasure.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you, Karen.
Bye.
It was lovely seeing you.
Bye, Max. Bye, Jill. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.